Topic number three, Vlad, my question to you. Dubai is planning to double tourism, the tourism industry, and become the #1 tourist destination in the world. Will it succeed?
Number one tourist destination in the world.
Most visited city on the planet.
Yeah. I think I think Dubai is very rapidly going there. I think it will succeed. I don't know how stable it will be. I mean, stable, the number one place, tourist destination. But I think we have quite a lot of prerequisites in here to see that it's going there. It's going there. And it won't be easy, because basically Dubai currently is like competing with the world famous, historical famous capitals. I think number one is Paris now.
I think so.
Yeah, so we have Paris, we have London, we have Madrid,
Istanbul.
we have New York, Istanbul, like all the grand names. But at the same time, Dubai is number two already, according to tourist destinations from Euromonitor. Dubai is number two already, and I think Dubai sees itself pretty comfortable there. And Dubai has a lot of prerequisites for being number one tourist destination. First of all, it's very easy to get visa for a lot of countries, which is the main obstacle for tourism in Europe, for example. Like half of the world cannot get there is visa free. Then Dubai is very comfortable in terms of the language, because everybody speaks English in a decent level, so it's very easy to communicate. Then you have the sea coast, you have warm sunny weather half of the year, so which is pretty comfortable. Then you have a lot of things to do, you have a lot of attractions. Now you have a lot of business events, you have a lot of different events, like social events, you have a lot of conferences, you have a lot of technological events. So there are a lot of points of attraction for different people from all over the world. So I think Dubai has a lot of potential to become number one, at least for, I don't know, some time. And I'm not saying that it will be there like that forever, but I think it's going there rapidly. And if we also factor in the amount of investments they're ready to make in that, it's going to create, what was it? I think they were saying about like 47,000 jobs that the tourist industry will create after the investments they're going to make. So I think it's going there. And personally, living here for almost 3 years, I understand that every time when I travel somewhere from Dubai to any other country, when I come back, I understand that the infrastructure is way better than anywhere else. The safety is here. All the lifestyle is way more attractive. So I think for modern world citizen, Dubai is very attractive as a touristic destination or as a business destination.
Yep. So I agree with you 100%. I think, however, you're wrong about why. I think you completely missed that. You didn't touch on it. The number one reason why Dubai is going to be the number one tourist destination is because leadership and vision. Because when this city sets its mind on something, it does it extremely well. And I think what you missed in your analysis, again, I agree with all of what you said. I've been here for 8 years, love the place, really think it's probably one of the best places, if not the best place to live on the planet. But I think what you're missing is that this is all being planned. This is from a vision that stems back, and it takes a long time to develop, but they tend to hit the mark every single time. So for example, I jotted down some notes. Back in 1989, it's been over 30 years, the Commerce and Promotion Board was established to grow tourism, to bring luxury tourism and all of that to the city of Dubai. And then again, it takes time. So even back in 2003, Dubai wasn't on any top 10 list. It was growing, but it wasn't quite sort of where it eventually would become. Then in 2013, the Dubai government set up the Dubai Tourism Strategy to make Dubai a top destination for business and leisure travel. What happens? By 2014, we're number 7 on the list. By 2018, depending on your measure, we're number 2 or 3. Mm-hmm. And by 2018 already, Dubai was the location with the most amount of spending per tourist. Okay. So that was interesting to me. So tourists were spending $553 on average per day coming to Dubai. That was back in 2018. So I think now it's that So just to give you another sort of interesting fact there, 2003 tourist revenue was only $1 billion.
Yeah.
By 2018, it was $30 billion. So now I agree with you. Dubai has all the prerequisites, which is great weather 6 months out of the year when the weather is, really crappy in Europe, for example, or where I'm from in the US or in parts of Asia. It's beautiful here, right? In the winter. Winter here is amazing.
Yeah.
Summer's warm. We all know that. And, it's very hot.
Warm.
Warm.
Okay.
Yeah, warm's maybe a generous way of putting it. 40, 50. It's hot. It's hot. But again, you do have culture. You've got Arab, Middle Eastern culture. You've got phenomenal resorts. You've got phenomenal amenities for tourism, all that stuff. But again, that was all put in place by the leadership and by the vision. So now when Dubai says, and this article came out this year, when Dubai says they want to be number one, of course I believe them 100%. Because what are they doing to make that happen? So 2024, released this year, Dubai is renovating the DWC airport, Al Maktoum International Airport. So they're planning on, in the next 10 years, making it the world's largest airport.
Yes.
So the objective is to be larger than number one currently, which is in Atlanta in the US, and even larger than number two. You know what number two is?
Dubai.
It's DXB. It's the other Dubai airport.
Exactly.
So Dubai has been so successful in its tourism growth strategy that now it wants another airport, a second airport, to eclipse its own airport, which is number two in the world, and then obviously number one in the world.
And because DXB actually has reached its maximum capacity.
Yes, exactly. Maximum capacity. Can't go any higher than this. It's unbelievable. Exactly. So in 2024 alone, Dubai is adding 3 luxury hotels, 5 beach clubs and restaurants. This is incredible, right? So 2014 to 2024, Dubai has doubled hotel occupancy, the number of rooms. We now have 150,000 hotel rooms, 80% occupancy. And it goes to the business world as well. So business growth. The number of hedge funds. Do you know what the growth in the number of hedge funds was?
Go ahead.
Okay, I assume you don't know it. Okay.
Go ahead.
So, because I did my research, so I need to enlighten you on the research.
Okay.
So, 2023, DIFC alone saw a 125% growth in hedge fund registrations in the DIFC, in the Dubai International Financial Center. Just in that one center, just in Dubai, just in 2023, 125% growth. Assets under management for just the hedge fund space, which is an area of a lot of growth. We've seen an 82% increase in the number of assets under management since 2018. So Dubai is taking off as per the vision laid out years ago, not just to be a leisure and luxury and tourist destination, but a business center as well. So and that's why we're saying the same thing. I think maybe we're approaching it in 2 different ways, or maybe emphasizing 2 different points. But when the leadership and when the government of this city and this country says we're going to do this, I believe them 100%. And that's why I'm saying definitely it's going to happen. Definitely.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think when you talk to, to ordinary people, to regular tourists coming in and out to Dubai. So I think the most common disadvantages they mention is the city is pretty new compared to, Rome, Paris, and European capitals that had 1,000 years of history. And that's why there are not that many, ancient ruins that you want to visit, or different old castles, something like that. But this city is different. It's actually about something else. And then another thing that they mentioned is lack of cultural attractions. Not so many museums to visit, or not so many different cultural events. And again, I think over the recent years we have seen the massive growth in this industry. You have several theaters, you have opera, you have different museums, and basically, if you look in the right direction, you can find anything to do, anything you want to do. You can find different cultural attractions, you can find different, even historic sites. And if you read about this more, you understand that actually, this region probably, it hasn't had that rich and discovered history as they had, again, in Rome, in Italy, or something like this. Okay, this is not the 2,000-year-old history, but at the same time, it has been the crossroads of the different trade routes. It has been the place where a lot of civilizations meet. So you can find a lot of different artifacts of this, and you can find a lot of evidence of this. Like you can go, okay, not to Dubai, but maybe to Abu Dhabi, and you will learn a lot about this region history. So whenever I hear this, challenges for tourist attractions and everything, I completely disagree with that. Like when I hear that people say, like, actually, like in Dubai you have nothing to see, and I think this has been the most dominant challenge for tourists from for some time. That's why I was actually very intrigued and happy to see that one of the strategy for tourism development is to increase the number of people of returning tourists, of people who visit Dubai at least twice a year. I think this is a great strategy. Like basically they work for retention. This is actually a great way to do.
Totally agree. And again, it's interesting but that demonstrates why it's even more impressive what Dubai's been able to do, because it's not coming from a position of, for example, Rome, the eternal city, right? They call it 2,000, 3,000 years old, however it is. Dubai had to plan this out. This had to be done meticulously with planning, with preparation, with a vision for the future, and it's been accomplished, which to me is a remarkable achievement. And take, for example, again, another benefit of coming here, which is why I think it's just a matter of time. It's going to happen. In Italy, you go to Italy, you get some amazing history. Now, I've never been personally. I'm planning to go eventually.
You get amazing history.
I'm sure the history is amazing food, whatever. Italian food comes from Italy, right? Pizza, pasta, all the above. Dubai has, you want culinary experience, it's everything. It's everything.
Absolutely.
The culinary experience is phenomenal. Every different type of cuisine, every different corner of the planet. You don't get that everywhere. You just really don't get that. You don't get that in 99% of places. So again, I think we could sort of spin in circles for 2 hours about how great it is living here, how great it is traveling here. But on that point, I think we totally agree. But again, my biggest takeaway is that the leadership and the planning that this city and this country go through is, I really think, second to none, and it's very, very impressive.
Okay, nice one.